Hi, my name is London the Mogul, that pink black girly girl, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, people will go out of their way to get a rise out of you as a beautiful woman. Best believe that. The number of times people go out of their way to get a reaction out of me, it's a lot. And especially men. When maybe they try and catcall you and they see it's not working, then it goes to insult, especially if you live in very low class environments. They catcall, they see you don't have a reaction, insults, no reaction. Some even go up to the extent of physical violence, and that's why you need to master composure. Energy is energy. As a beautiful woman, you need to understand that whether it's good or bad, it's still energy. You're still giving these people your energy, and they count on it. They count on dysregulating your nervous system. That's why you need to learn to be composed. Even if you're boiling inside and you genuinely want to say whatever the heck you want to say, you need to learn to be composed, because composure is going to save you from physical violence. The last relationship I was, my ex would intentionally argue with me. He would say the sky is green just to get a rise out of me, and you would see him smile from ear to ear as I go ahead and start explaining. No, it's blue, the clouds are white, why would you say that? And he would just smile and giggle, and that will even get me even more agitated to go on and on and on. And then I realized, oh, he's feeding off of my energy. A quadruple threat is someone that's beautiful, banging body, neurodivergent, and you have brains. You'll be a target. Have you ever seen how moths come to flame? That's exactly how you are. You shine so bright, and people don't understand why you don't want to go to them and talk to them. So instead of trying to be friends with you, or maybe they even try to be friends with you first, they try and befriend you and they realize, oh, she's not really interested in friendship. So they try and gang up on you to try and get a reaction out of you. And you shouldn't give them that. You'll get into an argument with someone you're in a relationship with because of nothing. Like, you and I both know that the sky is blue, but you want to argue with me just so you can feed off of my energy. And once you become stoic, you realize you start smelling violence from a mile away, and you divert. You go the opposite direction, because a lot of people want to get a rise out of you so they can fight you and ruin your face. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. You've not heard of people who pour acid on women and cut them with wembers on their face? They always go for your face. Even women who are in relationships where they are being put, their man is putting hands on them, they always go for their face because they are jealous. Okay, they are jealous of these beautiful women. They go for the face. That's why you need to maintain composure. Never go back and forth with the man, especially if you know it's going to result in violence. You don't need to go back and forth with a man. You can just walk away and just go quiet. Okay, composure. And it's not going to be easy. It's a skill you learn over and over. I'm learning this thing every single day. It's not that at now I'm so stoic and I don't have any kind of reactions. I do, especially with the cat calling. I don't like it. Sometimes I find myself, just replying, but then I realize, it's not even worth my energy. Like, it's a stranger at the end of the day. Whatever they say about you, who cares? Here's the thing, and not most people also will do this, especially in work environments. They'll try and get a rise out of you so that everybody else can see the real you. Okay, a lot of people, especially if you're neurodivergent and you keep to yourself, it will be, oh, so she keeps to herself because she's violent. And that's how you end up losing your job, or even another opportunity that would have presented itself. Because here's the thing, you might be in the right, and everybody in that environment knows that you're the one who is in the right, but they don't want to associate themselves with you because they know you don't have any kind of composure. Okay, don't be the kind of person that engages with people until you fought with someone, ama you had an issue with someone 10 years ago, and then you meet this person in a public area and this person brings it up. Now you want to engage. Learn to look at people like they're crazy or they're speaking Mandarin. Okay, because you never know who's watching, especially in public settings. God might have sent you a destiny helper, but then they see you misbehave and they go, okay, even if you're in the right, even if you're the one who's right in that situation, they'll still look at you and go, okay, I don't want someone who can't handle the emotions. And then women have been painted out to be emotional beings and this and that. Why would you want to prove people right? Even if you're emotional, don't prove them right. Be stoic. Go cry in your house after you come back from work if you want to cry, if you want to vent. Take a camera, vent, watch the video, delete, or your notes, vent, but don't do it in public. Don't give people your energy, whether it's good or bad. Don't be the type of person who's quick to put people in their place. Let me show you who the fuck I am. They know who you are. You don't need to prove a point to anyone by showing them who you are. They know, and that's exactly why they're trying to get a rise out of you, because they know you're a big deal, and you're the type of big deal that does not pay attention to them. If you and them were not in the same environment, if you and them were not neighbors, if you and them were not in the same work environment, if you and them were not in the same school, you'd never pay attention to them. That is why they're trying to get a rise out of you, because they know otherwise you won't give them any attention, you won't pay them any mind otherwise. So they don't care whether it's good or bad attention, they just want attention from you. And once you clock that, it's very easy for you to move in society, because society, hey, no one is immune to being angry or being feeling some type of way. You will feel some type of way, but life is not what happens to you, it's how you react. Okay, also don't carry things people say to you or do to you and have that residue as you move on with life. Actually, because someone now called me skinny, and they're like, oh, let me say verbatim what they say: ndio maana hata mwili yako inakaa hivyo. Inakaaje? And so I figured, hey, it's because I'm skinny and all that. And I love being skinny, if I'm being honest. I love being skinny with a bit of ass, just a tiny bit of ass. Okay, I love it. It's just that I think I don't have the kind of ass I want, but I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there. So I've even forgotten what I wanted to say. Oh, the residue. So at just because someone said that to me, now I'm carrying that with me every single day. No. Just because you got into it, or someone called you and then akakuita 1GB, akakuita momo, akakuita whatever they called you, no, you still carry, you keep repeating, having that loop in your head of that person who said this, who said that, because someone called you useless, don't. Talk to yourself and tell them that's them. Learn to talk to yourself the same way you'd want someone to talk to you. Give yourself the same love you'd expect someone else to give to you, because we forget that we also need to love ourselves. It's called self-confidence, self-love. You need to give self the love that you expect someone else to give you. That is why you stay composed and tell yourself, it's Morning Star. I call the devil Morning Star because he's Morning Star. So it's Morning Star. He's been sent to come and disrupt my peace, and I'm not going to give him my energy. Once you clock that, it's easier for you to maneuver society, because people don't really get to you so much. You just brush it off. Like, you just know, it's the devil, so I'm not even going to engage, and it's never worth it. You don't need to always have the last word. You don't always need to be the one that puts people in their place. You don't need to go back and forth with people, because here's the thing, no one can pull you up. Okay, people that want to talk down on you and say negative things, it's because they are below you. They can only pull you down, and once you start engaging with these people, they are pulling you down to their level. Okay, someone that's above you is this person that is going to pull you up to their level. So if this person you're engaging with is not on your level, then they are pulling you down. If this person is on your level, then okay. And here's the thing, there are people who are also above you, but they'll be jealous of you. They'll start I don't know, gossips or whatever, especially in work environments. Maybe you have a supervisor, a manager. They'll start rumors, or try and say bad things to you, to the boss or whatever, to get a rise out of you, so that you can have a back and forth. And then after that, you'll be the bad employee, the one that doesn't know how to manage her emotions, and that's how you lose your job. Okay, so anyone that's pulling you, that's trying to get a rise out of you, someone that's making you get out of character, someone that makes you get out of character, is someone that's beneath you. Even if it's your manager, your mom, your dad, whoever, even if they're above you, maybe pay grade or whatever, age, whatever, they're still beneath you, and you should not go down to their level. Rise up. Let them rise up to you by staying quiet. Don't engage. Don't. And it's a skill you learn. Today you'll engage, and then you realize, or mid the engagement you'll realize, oh shit, I don't need to do this. This is not worth my time. And then you stop, because it's never worth your time to start engaging with people who have, and most of the time, these people only engage so that they can make you feel bad about yourself. They'll never say substantial things. They'll body shame you, call you ugly, or do just say the most absurd things. If you're ever in a situation where you're having an argument with someone and they call you ugly and you know you're not ugly, you've won. End of story. End of story. I can't even argue with anyone that calls me ugly. I've won. And here's the thing, they'll pull you down to their level. That's exactly how they feel about themselves. They feel ugly. They know they're ugly. Even if they're hot from the outside, they're ugly inside. Okay? It doesn't matter how someone's face looks. If they have ugly behavior, if they have ugly behaviors, they're ugly to me. That's why they're pulling you down to their level. That's why you rise up above them by staying quiet and maintaining composure. Have a lovely day, ladies.